Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. So we've got a really interesting one lined up for you today. It's been making some noise lately and, well, you know me, I can't resist a good deep dive.
Well, get ready because this one is a
You
doozy.
got that right. We're talking about Sean Diddy Combs, but this isn't about his latest business venture or music.
No, this is about some serious allegations.
Yeah, this is heavy stuff. We're talking accusations of kidnapping, firebombing, the works. Really, you guys sent over some articles, even a whole YouTube video breaking it all down.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is. But that's what we're here for, right? To try and make sense of it all.
Absolutely.
So where do we even begin with this one?
Well, I think the best place to start is with this Forbes article you sent over. It lays out a timeline of events going all the way back to 2011, 2012, where Diddy is being accused of some pretty serious crimes.
Okay, so let's get into it. What are we talking about here specifically?
Well, according to this article, Diddy's being accused of kidnapping, breaking, and entering, and even torching a car. Seriously. And look, these aren't just minor offenses. We're talking about incredibly serious charges that could land someone in some deep legal trouble.
And to think, this was all happening back in 2011, 2012. You'd think we would heard about it sooner.
Right. You'd think so. But here's where it gets even more complicated. This isn't just based on some vague rumors or hearsay. Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, filed a lawsuit last year, and her accusations line up with what's being alleged in this Forbes article.
Hold on, wait a minute. Cassie Ventura, like the singer.
The one and only. And she's not holding back.
Okay, so what's she saying?
She's alleging that Diddy physically abused her, even claiming that he once lunged at her with a corkscrew.
A corkscrew.
Yeah, a corkscrew. It's a chilling detail. And it gets even crazier because Ventura claims that after finding out she'd been romantically involved with Kid Cudi, Diddy explicitly said that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car.
Wow.
Yeah, and get this, Kid Cudi's representatives have actually confirmed this threat to the New York Times. They're backing up Ventura's story.
Okay, now this is getting wild. So it's not just a case of he said, she said. We've got multiple sources, specific accusations, and even corroboration from Kid Cudi's people. This is starting to feel like a real legal thriller.
Right, and it looks like the authorities are taking it seriously, too. The Forbes article mentions multiple witnesses, security footage, and even evidence potentially seized from a raid on Diddy's home.
Hold up. Wait, a raid? There was an actual raid on his house.
That's what the article claims.
Man, this just keeps getting wilder by the minute. Okay, but let's talk about this whole car bombing thing for a second, because this YouTube video you sent me, it's from that Lawn Cry Network, right? They're asking if the feds are even going to get involved, which kind of makes you wonder, about the reach Diddy has.
It's a valid question.
It is, because this isn't just about a car, right? I mean, if these allegations are true, we're talking about a whole other level.
Exactly, and it raises questions about abuse of power, intimidation tactics, all of that.
And to think this is all coming out now, it really makes you think about what might have been swept under the rug in the past.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's not just a damaged car, it's a statement. Someone in that YouTube video said, and I quote, "If you can blow someone's car up, it just goes to the reach that you have." It really makes you think about the potential for intimidation here.
Chilling is the word that comes to mind. And, it makes you wonder, how many times might this kind of thing have happened, but maybe people were too afraid to come forward?
It's a question a lot of people are asking in that video, and rightfully so. It's like, has Diddy's fame, his power, allowed him to silence people?
And it's a pattern we've seen before.
Exactly. We've seen it with Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. These high-profile figures are where the accusations just keep piling up. It makes you question, how much did we choose not to see?
It's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you're talking about someone like Diddy, someone who's had such an impact on music, on culture. But okay, speaking of impact, that YouTube video also brings up his future. What does this all mean for his career, his relationships? I mean, can he bounce back from this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
These accusations, they have the potential to derail everything. We're talking legal battles, damage to his reputation that might be irreparable, strained relationships with people in the industry. It's a lot to unpack.
It really is. And it makes you wonder if this is just the beginning. I mean, that video brought up the idea of, mounting evidence. Could this be the tip of the iceberg?
It's a chilling thought, but yeah, when someone powerful is accused of wrongdoing, it often empowers others to come forward.
It's like a domino effect.
Exactly. So whether we've heard the last of these accusations, well, only time will tell.
This is heavy stuff. I have to say, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it all. I mean, can you really separate the art from the artist when you have accusations like this hanging over someone's legacy?
That's a question everyone has to answer for themselves. There's no easy answer. But that's why we're having this conversation, right? To present the information, the different perspectives, and let our listeners form their own conclusions.
You're right. So let's try to break this down a bit. We've got these articles, we've got this YouTube video, and they all seem to paint a pretty unsettling picture of Diddy.
Yeah, from kidnapping and arson to potential connections to this car bombing, a pattern of alleged controlling behavior, it's a lot. And it speaks to a larger shift that we're seeing in society, a move away from silence and toward holding powerful figures accountable for their actions.
It used to be that these kinds of accusations were brushed under the rug, but now, yeah, times are definitely changing. I mean, think about it. It wasn't that long ago that stuff like this would just get buried. But now, court of public opinion, it's huge. And Diddy's facing some serious consequences no matter what happens in a court of law.
That's right. And it's bigger than just Diddy, this whole situation. It shines a light on power, on accountability, how we as a society deal with these kinds of accusations. It's a big deal. It forces us to confront some uncomfortable truths about the people we idolize, about the systems that often protect them.
You're hitting on something really important there. This isn't just about one person. It's about holding everyone accountable, no matter who they are, how much influence they have. But okay, before we wrap up, let's bring it back to our listeners. Because at the end of the day, this is about them too, right?
Absolutely. We've gone through the accusations, the evidence, the potential impact. But now the question is, where do you stand on all of this?
Exactly. What's your takeaway? Does any of this change how you see Diddy? Can you separate the artist from the art? Or has this deep dive changed how you hear his music? It's a lot to process.
It really is. And these are questions that only you can answer. But hopefully this conversation, it's given you some things to think about, a new way of looking at this whole situation.
Absolutely. And hey, we want to hear from you. Head over to our social media. Let us know what you think about all of this. It's a conversation that needs to be had, and your voice is a vital part of it. And with that, we'll wrap up another deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, keep asking those questions, and never be afraid to get to the bottom of things.